Microsoft wants you to understand external identities in Azure, including B2B and B2C. Let's take a look. When you authenticate in Azure, one of the options is going to be an external identity, an outside authentication request. This could be for individuals, devices, or services that exist outside of your organization's internal Microsoft Entra ID tenant. And they're managed separately from internal users who have direct accounts in your directory. Azure business-to-business collaboration is going to enable secure collaboration and resource sharing between your organization and those external identities. That could include partners, vendors, or suppliers. External users sign in using their existing work, social, or Microsoft accounts. So they don't have to be a direct part of your organization, but you do have to add them as an external identity in Entra ID, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you shortly. They're represented in your Azure AD directory as a guest user. A software company allowing external vendors to access a specific internal application to collaborate on a project is a very popular example. Then we have business to customer. To manage identities and access of consumers who use your customer-facing applications and services, such as mobile apps or websites, you want to have B2C, or business to customer. It could also stand for business to consumer as well. It provides a white label or an identity management solution such as your own business name that allows you to customize the entire user experience, such as the sign up, the sign in, and managing the profile. And will all match your brand. Consumers can use various social identities like Facebook, Google, or local accounts in using their existing email accounts to access the application that you sign up for in Microsoft Azure. Let's create an external user. I'm going to go to the Azure portal under All Users and choose to invite an external user. So that way they get associated with your Azure resource. Now I need to add in the email. I've entered in the email as well as a display name. And that email does not need to currently be associated with any Microsoft account. It could be their own personal or business email. Now, under the invitation message, you want to make sure you check the box and put in the message. Next, you can put in the message followed by a carbon copy recipient if you'd like, and then you've got the invite redirect URL. So what's going to happen is there's going to be this URL that's going to show up in their email. When they click it, it's going to redirect them to your white label website where you've got the applications that are being hosted in Azure. I'll click on Properties, and here you can fill in additional information about this guest. You can also change the user type from guest to member if you'd like. I'm going to click Assignments. I can choose to add them to a group or a role, but if they're external users, they're probably not going to be added to any of those. And when I'm done, I can go ahead and click Invite. That will go ahead and send that email off to that user, and then they can click on that link and start using the resources that you have provided. And after a quick refresh, we can see my Robert vendor has shown up. External authentication requests are important to businesses who bring in contractors and clients to have access to some of an organization's Azure resources.